this educational event. Let's meet our officials for tonight's homecoming game. The referee, Mr. Derek Berg. The umpire, Mr. Steve Creer. The linesman, Mr. John McGrath. The line judge, Mr. Torrey Payne. The back judge, Mr. Casey Volkert. These gentlemen are registered by the Activities Association. They've worked hard to learn the rules and apply them fairly. We request that you respect their honest efforts in administering this contest. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are not already standing, we ask that you would please stand if able. Move your cap or hat and pay honor to our country with the performance of our national anthem. Please observe proper flag etiquette, standing at attention, and placing your right hand over your heart. All veterans and out-of-uniform military personnel may salute the flag as the Roosevelt High School Marching Band plays our national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to Howard Wood Field on the Tiger Vision tonight. We just got through with the national anthem. We will turn it over right now to the public address announcer for starting lineups and be back with some pregame details. The starting lineups are set, and we welcome you back into the booth here at Howard Wood Stadium for what promises to be a great high school football game tonight. Depending on the polls that you read, Roosevelt is rated number 2 in almost every poll in the state, with the Tigers coming in rated 3rd on most, 4th on others. But either way, a clash of top 5 teams in the state's largest class. Harrisburg is the only undefeated team left in the class with a perfect 4-0 record. Roosevelt comes into this game at 3-1. Their only loss, a 7-point loss to the O'Gorman Knights at the President's Bowl 2 weeks ago. In like opponents, we only have one, Rapid City Stevens. Last week at Howard Wood Field, the Roosevelt Rough Riders defeated Rapid City Stevens 37-12. And for Harrisburg playing Rapid City Stevens in week 3, they came back with a very similar 35-14 victory. So we have very highly rated teams, and we have what looks to be a great matchup tonight. Talking to both coaches, hearing their interviews, they are both respectful of each other's programs. Really looking forward to the challenge of tonight. In many eyes, this is Harrisburg's biggest challenge of the year. They have not played one of the top 3 teams in the rating yet, so Sioux Falls Roosevelt will be the first time that they do that. We have the captains out to the midfield for the coin flip here in just a few minutes. We have just a few things to go through here. Harrisburg's starting lineup. They announced their offensive starting lineup this morning. Harrisburg has 7 seniors that start on that offensive. With that, we have 4 juniors who also start for the Tigers. On the defensive side of the ball, the Tigers put 8 seniors out on the field with 3 juniors who also make up the 11. To start with, it looks like Sioux Falls Roosevelt will get the ball for the opening kickoff here in just a few minutes. To set that starting lineup in case you got here late, the Tigers started at offensive line. Brady Schultz, Nick Chudy, Ethan Headley, Jim Nebelsick, and Elliot Buchanan. Playing tight end is Blake Hansen. At wide receivers, we have Jack Rayburn, Sam Christensen, Jai Rowert. In the backfield will be Anders Clayton running the football, and Jack Tigan will be the starting quarterback for the Tigers. Starting on the defensive side for the Tigers, we have Brady Schultz, Jim Nebelsick, and Alex Holt on the D-line. We have Gavin Gobronson, Cade Boyer, Aiden Viox, and Brecken Hamilton at linebackers. And in defensive backfield, Jai Rowert, Cayman Hudson, and Jack Rayburn. Number 84 for the Tigers, a sophomore, will be doing the kicking tonight. Number 84, and he is Bryce Soley. Deep for the Roosevelt Rough Riders is set to return is Tucker Large and Tyler Feldkamp. Again, the early start here tonight from Howard Wood Field with the 5 o'clock start. And we are just moments away from kickoff here. The Tigers will start on defense, kicking the ball to the east. The Tigers wearing their away white jerseys, trimmed out with maroon and gold numbers. Roosevelt, very similar school colors. They'll have their dark maroon jerseys on, trimmed out in gold numbers. Again, both teams here, one loss between them, depending again on what poll you read. Roosevelt is almost clearly number 2. The rest of the rankings in the state, Brandon Valley is currently rated number 1 in almost every poll, with the Rough Riders following them at number 2. Harrisburg rated number 3 with Lincoln High School 4. A few polls have those flipped around with the Tigers at number 4. And rounding out the top 5 in Class 11 AAA is the O'Gorman Knights at number 5. If the playoffs were to start tonight, it has nothing to do with the rating polls, but the PowerPoint has the Tigers at number 1 as the only undefeated team in Class AAA. They would host the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles if tonight was the playoffs. Sioux Falls Roosevelt, number 2 at 3-1, would host Rapid City Stevens. Sioux Falls Lincoln at 3-1 would host Sioux Falls Washington. And Brandon Valley and O'Gorman would round out numbers 4 and 5 in the PowerPoint. So After the Tigers, we have kind of a logjam with 3 separate teams at 3-1, with Sioux Falls Roosevelt, Sioux Falls Lincoln, and Brandon Valley. O'Gorman sits at 2-2, as do Sioux Falls Washington, and Rapid City Stevens and Aberdeen Central tied at 1-3. So those are the top 8 teams in Class AAA as they sit tonight. That will obviously change here as we have the top 2 teams playing each other in this homecoming game for the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Is a slight delay here as we do have Midco broadcasting this game live. They are holding us up here a minute with just 5 minutes to go before the TV has to start exactly at 5 o'clock. To look at a few stats coming into the game for the Tigers. Tigers have a very balanced attack. So far this year, they have rushed the ball 114 times and thrown the ball 120 times. So a very balanced attack from the Tigers. Probably the biggest stat that pops off the stat sheet, 11 different Tigers have caught the football from 2 different quarterbacks. The Tigers will start Jack Tigan tonight, but Jacob Knuth does split time with him. Coach White has said that he's very comfortable having 2 separate quarterbacks out on the field. The quarterbacks seem comfortable with each other, and it's been a very successful duo for the Tigers. With 11 different receivers catching a football, and we also have 5 different receivers who have caught a touchdown pass from either Tigan or Knuth. Now we are set for the kickoff, with Bryce Soley set to kick for the Tigers. Feldkamp will take the ball at the 1-yard line, and he is tripped up near the 10-yard line by number 32, Brecken Hamilton. So a good kick by Soley right down to the goal line. In high school football, if the ball or the player enters that end zone, the ball is dead. Feldkamp brings the ball out and is tackled at the 16-yard line, where the Roosevelt Rough Riders will start 1st and 10. A spread look from Roosevelt with trips to the top of your screen and a single receiver set to the bottom. And the ball is handed off to number 32, Joey Turry. He's brought down very quickly by Gavin Gulbranson. Cade Boyer also in on that tackle for the Tigers. Same set for Roosevelt with Turry in the backfield with quarterback Brady Dannenbring. Dannenbring's pass, intended for Feldkamp is behind and incomplete. Roosevelt playing an up-tempo offense here as they get ready for 3rd down and 8. Dannenbring calling the signals in the shotgun. Dannenbring's back to pass, steps up in the pocket, throws a nice back shoulder throw brought in by number 2 for the Rough Riders, Michael Paulson. So a very well thrown ball by Dannenbring. Good coverage on the play by number 10, Jai Roert, but the ball placed at the back shoulder. Paulson able to come back and get it, keeping 1 foot in bounds before Roert is able to push him out. So 1st and 10, Rough Riders at the 40. Dannenbring again, a quick pass out to Feldkamp on the bubble. Feldkamp is able to make a few moves and gains about 11 yards as he pushes the ball out over the 50-yard line. So a bubble screen from Dannenbring trying to get the ball into their playmaker's hands, and Feldkamp looks quick as he takes the ball into Tiger territory. Roosevelt sitting with the same formation with trips into the boundary this time. Dannenbring will keep the ball. Looks to gain 3 yards, brought down by Boyer for the Tigers. Assisted on the play by number 54, Brady Schultz. This time the Riders will bring Feldkamp into the backfield. Dannenbring sends Turry in motion to the top of the screen and Feldkamp out the back. Paulson catches the ball over the middle. So Dannenbring to Paulson moves the chains again for Roosevelt as they have sustained a great drive here after a slow start. Their first few plays not as successful, but now picking up yardage in big chunks. Turry takes the ball up the middle. and is down near the 20-yard line, very near another Rough Rider first down. The tempo for the Riders may be causing a little trouble for Harrisburg as the defense is struggling to get set. We do have a penalty flag on the play. It looked like the outside receiver for the Riders got a handful of jersey, and the flag was thrown right at his feet. We'll wait the call here from our crew. And our referee confirms the suspicion. It was holding, thrown right at the wide receiver's feet. That'll move the ball back 10 yards from the spot, and since this was quite a ways downfield, it will not move the ball back past the first down marker, but it will be second down and about 7 yards for Roosevelt. Dannenbring hands the ball off to Turry, who's met by number 32 for the Tigers. Brecken Hamilton makes early contact. Turry is able to take the ball out over the 25, right at the 25-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and 4 for Roosevelt. Roosevelt again going with trips to the top of your screen. The single receiver Paulson down to the bottom. Turry joins Dannenbring in the backfield. Dannenbring drops back to pass, and again it's a quick throw out to Feldkamp, who's tackled by number 7, Jack Rayburn, short of the line to gain. A good open field tackle by Jack Rayburn leaves 2.5 yards to go for the Rough Riders, who are lining up to go for it on 4th and a long 3. 4th and a long 2. Little bit of formation confusion for the Rough Riders. They'll now bring Feldkamp back into the backfield. Play clock running down low, and head coach Kim Nelson will call a timeout. So with just over 8 minutes left, Roosevelt has possessed the ball for the entire quarter, started inside their own 20-yard line and rattled off some big plays at the beginning, but now the Tigers have them 4th and about 3 yards to get the first down. The ball is in Tiger territory at about the 23.5-yard line. Going back to some of those early stats we talked about Knuth and Jack Tigan both taking snaps for Harrisburg. Very similar stats for those two young men. Both, Tigan has 27 completions out of 47 attempts, has thrown for 476 yards and 8 touchdowns. Knuth has 67 attempts and has completed 34 of those for 547 yards and 6 touchdowns. So between them, they have accounted for 14 of Harrisburg's 18 touchdowns on the year. So a lot of Harrisburg's touchdowns and yardage coming through the air. Anders Clayton had his first 200-yard rushing game last week with 204 yards. So a balanced team. Now we bring it back to Roosevelt. Roosevelt will do a dummy count and look to the sideline. Dannenbring now has the play from Coach Kim Nelson, looking at his wristband. Again, more confusion from Dannenbring. 5 seconds left on the play clock. And they did not get the ball off. Signal is timeout from Kim Nelson. Again, back-to-back timeouts for Roosevelt. Don't know exactly what the confusion was there. It looked like Dannenbring was looking at his wristband, but some confusion on what play, and rather than run a 4th down play, we're not sure what we're going to do. The Riders call back-to-back timeouts. Again, the leading rusher for the Tigers last week, we mentioned that Anders Clayton had his first 200-yard rushing game. Clayton has rushed the ball 90 times for 550 yards and 3 touchdowns. So by far the leading rusher for the Tigers with halfway to a 1,000-yard season as a high school student. Very impressive. Jack Tigan is the second leading rusher at the quarterback with 52 yards, and then we have a few others with very few carries and in the neighborhood of 15 to 20 yards. So Clayton will do the lion's share of rushing for the Tigers. We go back to action on the field as Dannenbring does bring slot receivers to the bottom of your screen with Dual running backs. They'll send Turi out in motion. Toss to Feldkamp. Feldkamp is over the 20-yard line and is able to get the first down. Very quick athlete out in space. For a second there, Jai Rowert had him in the backfield. A quick cut from Feldkamp, and he is over the 20-yard line, resetting the downs for the Rough Riders. Roosevelt will have the ball down near the Tigers' 12-yard line. 16-yard line. They'll put trips down to the boundary here. Paulson up top all by himself. Turi motions to the wing. No one in the backfield for Dannenbring. Gobronson gives chase. Tries to throw it to Paulson over there, but great coverage for the Tigers. Number 26, Kamen Hudson, drives downhill on the ball and is able to knock it away from Paulson over on the sideline. Really isolating Paulson over there on Hudson, but this time Hudson has the answer, is able to make a very nice play on the football. Paulson, a 6'2 junior, going up against Hudson, also a junior, but Hudson stands 5'7", so a height advantage at the top. Dannenbring will run the option and pitch to Feldkamp. Feldkamp able to elude Rayburn and is hit on the sideline. Upended over there by Hudson after Cade Boyer hit him on the sideline. So a good 7-yard carry by Feldkamp on the option play will make it 3rd down and 3 for Roosevelt. Dannenbring in the backfield with Joe Turi. Double slot receivers for Roosevelt. They'll send Feldkamp in motion across the formation. A handoff to Turi, and he's got a big hole off the right side, and he's in the end zone. So a good opening drive by Roosevelt that started inside their own 20-yard line. They take up nearly half the quarter with just over 6 minutes left. They lead the Tigers 6-0 as they line up for the extra point. Set to do the kicking for the Rough Riders is number 25, Bennett Yellowbird. Yellowbird's kick is up and good. Out of the hold of number 21, Nathan Moon. So with 6:42 left in the first quarter, Roosevelt strikes first, 7-0, as we're set for Harrisburg's first offensive possession of the game. To look back at Roosevelt's schedule, first game of the year, they played the number 1 team ranked in the state at Brandon Valley and came away with a victory, 28-13. Next, they faced Sioux Falls Lincoln and won 35-17. We mentioned the O'Gorman game was their only loss at 20-27. And then last week, again, playing Rapid City Stevens and winning 37-12. Number 89 for the Rough Riders, Vance Borchers, is set to kick off. Deep for the Tigers, a pair of sophomores, number 88, Carter Barenfuss, and number 34, Lincoln Carlson, both sophomores in the deep set. It'll be a short pop-up kick. Be taken by Barenfuss. Lincoln Carlson takes the ball. He's able to return the ball up near the 30-yard line. So Harrisburg will start 1st and 10 at the 32. So good starting field position for the Tigers, as number 5, Jack Tigan, leads the offense onto the field. The Tigers will go with a single tight end set. Nathan Tuttle at the wing. Sam Christensen and Jai Rowert in slot up to the top. And Tigan's arm is hit as he throws, and it is Ruled an incomplete pass, very dangerous for the Tigers there, almost a fumble on the first offensive play. Good pressure from the Rough Riders front seven as Tigan was hit as he threw. That'll bring up second down and 10 for the Tigers. Same formation for Harrisburg. Tigan will let the ball go. It's deep to Rollinger. He's at the 40-yard line. Down to the 30 and knocked out of bounds by number 1, Tucker Wolf. So Tigan complete to Rollinger. See where they're going to mark this football. Down to the 29-yard line for the Riders. So out of the slot position there, Rollinger got behind Wolf. Tigan throws a nice touch pass over, and the Tigers have their first big play of the offensive set. Quick throw out to number 10, Jai Rowert. Rowert hit immediately by number 21 for Roosevelt, Nathan Moon. And then number 8, Aaron Kusler, comes in to finalize the tackle. Very short gain for Rowert. They'll give him half a yard, second and a long 9. The Tigers will make a few substitutions. We have Anders Clayton in the backfield. Nathan Tuttle playing that wing. And again, Sam Christensen and Jai Rowert. Tigan dumps the ball off to Tuttle, who's met immediately by number 9, Adam Kusler. Another short gain on second down for the Tigers. A good roll out there, but the Riders had Tuttle, who started at that wing, covered up. About 2 yards for Tuttle. That'll bring up 3rd and 7. A deep ball headed for Christensen, and Tigan throws it too deep. On the coverage for Roosevelt, number 4, Joey Hughes. So Tigan went for the end zone on 3rd and long, and that will bring up a 4th and 7 for the Tigers. Tigers will make a substitution, bringing in number 27, Timon Long. They'll have Rollinger out in the slot with Sam Christensen at the bottom of your screen. And number 7, Jack Rayburn to the top. Tigan rolls right. Throws the ball up and just out of the reach of Rollinger, down inside the 10. So that incomplete pass will turn the ball over on down. So the Tigers do make one play with Tigan hooking up to Rollinger down to the 29-yard line. But the Roosevelt Rough Rider defense stiffens there, and the Tigers turn the ball over, down 7-0. Double slot formation once again from the Riders with 2 receivers each way. Turi will get the ball in the backfield, but is met by number 24 for the Tigers, Gavin Gulbranson. Gulbranson along with number 41, Alex Holt, there to make the stop. 2-yard gain on the play makes it 2nd and 8. The Riders once again up-tempo offense here, getting right back to the line of scrimmage, giving their coaches a chance to signal in the play. They'll bring Feldkamp in motion to the boundary. Ball is handed off to Hui again, and he'll take the ball out near the 30-yard line. Tackle for the Tigers, number 87, Blake Hansen. Joe Turi takes the ball up near the 30-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and 6 for Roosevelt. There's a penalty flag on the play. Dannenbrink keeps the ball and is up near the 35-yard line, but a couple of penalty flags. From here, it looked like number 6, Tyler Feldkamp, was motioning towards the line of scrimmage when the ball was snapped, but we'll hear from the referee what the call is.
Offense, number 6, 5-yard penalty for the previous spot. No, third down.
And that is what the call. Feldkamp was coming in motion to take his spot at the slot receiver, but did not get set before the ball was snapped, which is a penalty, 5 yards, and that will make it 3rd and 9 for Roosevelt. Feldkamp there coming from the backfield out to his slot position. The Rough Riders looking at the wristbands to get the play from the offensive coaches. Dannenbring will roll to his left. Good protection from the Rough Riders. And the ball is knocked away at the last minute by number 10, Jai Rowert. Number 2, Michael Paulson had his hands on it for just a second. The deep route over the middle, and it looked like Rowert was able to get his hands in there just in time to knock that ball away. So almost a big play for the Riders, but the good defensive stand by the Tigers will bring up 4th and 11 with the ball on the Rider 25-yard line. Deep for the Tigers is number 34, Lincoln Carlson. Number 89 for the Rough Riders, Vance Borcher, set to do the kicking, and the ball will roll dead near the Tigers' 45-yard line. 30-yard net gain on the punt from Borchers will give the Tigers good field position once again for their second offensive possession of this game. We have 3 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Again, the Riders took the early lead, scoring on their first possession of the game on a run by number 32, Joe Turry. The Tigers will come out in a bunch formation. Rollinger set to the bottom of the screen, Sam Christensen to the top. Ball is lofted to number 22, Anders Clayton out of the backfield, and a great shoestring catch. Number 4, Jacob Knuth floats the ball just over the outstretched arm of the outside linebacker, and Clayton makes a great catch at his shoe tops. A 16-yard gain for the Tigers moves the ball into Rough Rider territory, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Tigers will have Christensen and Rollinger to the bottom of the screen. Rollinger is able to take the low throw and bring it in. A good throw by Knuth to fit it in a very tight window. About an 8-yard gain there. Great throw by Knuth and a good catch by Rollinger going down by his knees. Fit that right in between the linebacker and the safety. So the Tigers have it 2nd down and 2. Same formation for the Tigers. Number 19, Andrew Walter to the top of your screen. Pass is to number 27, Timon Long, and Long is chased out of bounds by number 21 for Roosevelt, Nathan Moon. So Long sneaking out from his wing position in the backfield. Good throw again by Knuth, and the Tigers are in scoring position here. 1st and goal from the 4. Tigers will bring in a heavy run package here, bringing in number 87, Blake Hansen, to play tight end, and number 40, Cade Larson at the wing. Still waiting Anders Clayton's first run here. The ball is handed off. Clayton pushes it up the middle. Good surge by the Tigers. We'll see where they spot it.
Anders Clayton, the block carrier, picks up a couple yards down to the 3. 2nd and goal.
They'll give Clayton 1 yard on that carry. Second and goal for the Tigers at the 3-yard line. Again, Clayton in the backfield, this time Knuth under center. Number 44, Aiden Viox. Clayton will take the ball up the middle and in for the touchdown. Great blocking up front by the Tigers, and Clayton punches it in from 3 yards out. A good answer for the Tigers on their second drive. With a minute and a half left in the first quarter, the Tigers score their first touchdown, trailing 7-6 as they line up for the point after. Set to do the kicking for the Tigers, long snapper is Alex Foley. out of the hold of Knuth, and Will Simmons, number 17, to kick for Harrisburg. Simmons' kick splits the uprights. And so with a minute and a half left, the Tigers and the Riders are tied 7-7. Again, the Tigers spread the ball out very well, throwing to 3 or 4 different receivers. Rollinger with a couple catches. Timon Long out of the backfield, a couple runs for Anders Clayton, and in for a 3-yard touchdown is Anders Clayton. Deep for the Rough Riders, Tucker Large, number 5, and Tyler Feldkamp, number 6. Lining up to kick for Harrisburg, number 84, Bryce Soley. Feldkamp and Large will stack themselves. Usually that is in an effort to not let the kicker know which side each will go to, in case coach has told them to avoid one or more of the returners and kick it one direction. Soley is set to kick here with the ball at the 40-yard line. And a good high end-over-end kick. This will be Tucker Large, who bobbles the ball near the 2-yard line. Large will bring it out near the 15 and not quite get there. So good group tackling by the Tigers. Large did bobble the football, actually fumbled it down near the 3-yard line, but was able to recover and bring the ball up right to the 15-yard line for Roosevelt's third possession. Again, the scoring recap. Roosevelt was able to score on their first drive with number 32, Joey Turry, taking the ball rushing. The Tigers were not able to score on their first, but on their second possession, Anders Clayton from 3 yards out with a rushing touchdown as well. Dannenbring in the backfield with Turry. 3 receivers to the bottom. Ball is handed off to Turry. He is brought down by number 15, Cade Boyer, and number 32, Brecken Hamilton. Two-yard gain on the play for Turry will bring up 2nd and 8 for Roosevelt. 1 minute left in this first quarter. Dannenbring will look over the middle to Paulson, and he is open. A good play design there by the Rough Riders with that fake to number 32, Joe Turry. The 2 middle linebackers stepped up, and Paulson is able to come right behind the linebackers and catch it over the middle before number 2, Lincoln Botel, from the safety position, is able to come down and make the tackle. Pistol I formation here with penalty flags on the play. False start against Roosevelt, right side of the line. Both gentlemen jumped there. Went on a different count. Not everybody got the message. So a 5-yard penalty against the Rough Riders will move the ball back. 1st and 16 on the 27-yard line. Dannenbring will take the snap again, fake to Turry and throw the exact same play. This time Paulson is deep. Paulson will take the ball 5 and touchdown. Good effort by Jack Rayburn, but not able to get to him. So the exact same play setup. Dannenbring puts the ball in the belly of Turry and brings those linebackers up. Paulson is able to slide in right behind, and this time Botel not able to make the tackle. A long pass play, well over 65 yards for Roosevelt. Puts them up 13-7 as they line up for the point after. Bennett Yellowbird again to do the kicking for the Rough Riders. Ball is placed. Yellowbird's kick is up, and it is good. A very quick strike for the Rough Riders puts them up 14-7 with 4 seconds left. So we will have one more play with the teams facing this direction, and then we will switch ends for the second quarter. Some defensive stats for the Tigers, don't have a whole lot of them. More team stats, and we are looking at some of the games. The Tigers have given up 566 yards rushing, which is 140 rushing yards per game, about 4 yards per carry. And in the passing sector, the Tigers have given up 686 yards passing, just over 170 per game. So the Tigers have outscored opponents by quite a bit. They've given up 10 touchdowns to 18 scored, 8 rushing touchdowns against the Tigers, only 2 passing. Roosevelt has one of each of those as they have 14-7 lead here when we get ready for number 89. Vance Borcher's kickoff deep for the Tigers. Again, number 34, Lincoln Carlson, and number 88, Carter Barenfuss. Borcher's last kick was a high pop-up near the 30. This one will be a little deeper and headed to out of bounds, and it will go out of bounds, which is illegal procedure. Tigers will have the choice of a re-kick or to move the ball up to the 35-yard line.
Kick out of bounds. Kicking team, number 84. Ball in place at the 35-yard line. First down here first.
Coach Brandon White elects to put the ball at the 35-yard line where the Tigers will have their third drive, 1st and 10. The Tigers have had good field position. The first series they started at the 32, last series out near the 45, and this series near the 35-yard line. See if the Tigers can take advantage. They'll bring Christensen down to the bottom of your screen with Jai Roward in the slot. Up top, number 19, Andrew Walter. And number 11, Nathan Tuttle, 27 in the backfield. Ball is handed to number 22, Anders Clayton. He's met in the backfield right away by number 99, Caleb Dwyer. So, no yards on the carry from Clayton. So that will bring up 2nd down and 10 when we come back for the second quarter. So to start the second quarter, the Tigers will have the football out at their 35-yard line after the kick went out of bounds. The Tigers' choices on that are to take the ball 25 yards from where it is kicked, which is the 35-yard line, or move the Rough Riders back 5 yards and re-kick. The Tigers elected to move the ball to the 35-yard line. Our scoring recap again, the first touchdown came for the Riders tonight with Joe Turry's 6-yard run. Harrisburg answered on their second possession with Anders Clayton's 3-yard run. And just prior to that kickoff, we had Michael Paulson on a 70-yard touchdown catch from Dannenbring. So a quick strike from the Riders. Once again, have to wait just a few seconds for the TV timeout. Ball is now set in play. Tigers will have the ball with slot receivers to the top. Knuth will step up in the pocket, and he'll throw the ball to Sam Christensen, who's able to get the ball and his foot down, and it'll be a catch. Penalty flag on the play. Looks to be possibly roughing the quarterback. And that's what the call is. It is roughing the passer on senior Adam Kusler, number 9 for the Rough Riders. So number 4, Jacob Knuth, able to get the ball off to Sam Christensen with a nice catch on the sideline, and then is hit by Kusler late, says our official. 15 yards are added. 1st and 10 Tigers. Tigers will bring Christensen in motion. Knuth will keep the ball up the middle and look to gain 2 or 3 yards. They're going to give Knuth 2 yards on the carry, bringing up 2nd down and 8. Tigers in Rough Rider territory at the 42-yard line. Knuth will come with Rowert and Christensen down to the bottom of your screen, and tight end right, Anders Clayton in the backfield, and number 11, Nathan Tuttle in at the wing. The handoff was to number 22, Anders Clayton, for a short gain. Climbing up from the bottom of the pile is number 12, Brandon Dannenbrink. Have a little mix-up here in our program for the numbers. The Knuth takes the snap. The Rough Riders will bring a blitz. Knuth does get it off in the neighborhood of number 10, Jai Rowert, but good pressure from the Rough Riders. The Rough Riders brought pressure off the right side and had a free run. Knuth took a good shot but was able to get the ball off. The Tigers will line up in punt formation with number 17, Will Simmons, set to kick. Deep for the Rough Riders is number 6, Tyler Feldkamp. Tigers are a man short here. They'll run on number 27, Timon Long. The Rough Riders look to have the return set up. It's an end-over-end kick to Feldkamp. Feldkamp has some room to his right side. He's caught by Rollinger and brought down at the 20. So made the initial man miss, but Rollinger able to get him down at the 13. There is a penalty flag at the 30-yard line. So a holding penalty this time against Adam Kusler. Kusler just had the 15-yard roughing the passer on a few plays earlier. This time guilty of the hold on the punt return. So that will move the ball back 10 yards. So it was at the 20. They'll now start at the 10-yard line. Tigers probably talked about this play-action pass that caused them so much trouble here. Roosevelt will line up in the exact same formation with slot receivers to both top and bottom. Dannenbrink will bring Feldkamp in motion across the formation. Dannenbrink will roll out. He is almost tackled in the backfield, but is able to escape. Dannenbrink will run out over the 20-yard line. Number 41 for the Tigers, Alex Holt, had Dannenbrink wrapped up in the backfield, but Dannenbrink able to shake the tackle and gain a first down. Good pressure by Alex Holt, just needed to finish that tackle. Ended up down around Dannenbrink's legs, but not able to bring him down. Roosevelt will move to trips to the top with a tight end to the bottom of your screen. Turian Dannenbrink alone in the backfield. Dannenbrink will turn and hand it to Turi this time, and the Tigers are ready for the run up the middle. This time Holt is able to bring him down with the help of number 44, Aiden Viox, and number 15, Cade Boyer. So a trio of Tiger linebackers there on the tackle with defensive end Alex Holt. No gain for Roosevelt. Number 2, Michael Paulson, will come down by himself to the bottom of the screen, trips to the top. Paulson is on number 10, Jai Rowert. Dannenbrink with time in the back of the pocket, able to get it out to number 6, Tyler Feldkamp. Brought down right away for the Tigers in coverage, number 32, Brecken Hamilton. 7 yards on the catch for Feldkamp. Will make it 3rd and 3 for the Rough Riders. Turi has handed the ball up the middle and splits the defenders and takes the ball up over the 40-yard line. Ball comes loose and Brecken Hamilton has it. No signal from any official yet. Now we have a first down signal for the Riders. They're marking Turi down at the 40.5-yard line. Quick snap by the Rough Riders, gets the ball out to Feldkamp. Feldkamp cuts back. Good block by Paulson. Number 10, Jai Rowert, able to get Feldkamp down. So the quick snap and the quick throw gets Feldkamp out in the open, and he is able to gain 11 yards. A little bit of confusion for the Tigers here as the Rough Riders once again up tempo. Turi with the carry. Number 24, Go Bronson, almost had him in the backfield, but Turi's able to take the ball up near the Tiger 40. Aiden Viox on the tackle. The Rough Riders once again up to the line of scrimmage right after the whistle and ready to run their next play. The option from Dannenbring out to Feldkamp. I think the referee missed a block in the back there. Maybe the back judge was able to get the block in the back. Coach White not happy at all on the sidelines for the Tigers. One of those dangerous crackback blocks that football teams and leagues at all levels are trying to take out of the game, where the receiver comes from the outside and is able to blindside block defensive ends or linebackers in this case. Don't think the gentleman on the far sideline was able to see that. Certainly didn't call it. Coach Brandon White on him instantly, but we did get a flag from the backfield. And that will be the call on number 17, Presley Johnson, coming from his receiver spot. Came back and cracked one of the Tigers. A 15-yard personal foul on the Riders will move the ball back into their territory. 2nd and 15. Ball placed right at the 46-yard line. Feldkamp once again comes in motion to the bottom of your screen, sets up the bubble. Quick strike out to Paulson, is able to shake the tackle of Hudson. Paulson gains 16 yards on 2nd and 15 and has a 1st and 10 back near where the ball would have been after the first play without the penalty. Rough Riders up to the line of scrimmage with a bunch formation on the right side. And we have a false start. Both Feldkamp, number 6, and number 17, Presley Johnson, the 5-yard penalty does move the ball back to the 43-yard line, where it will be 1st and 15. So Roosevelt able to overcome some early penalties here with some big pass plays against the bunch formation down to the bottom of your screen. Handoff to Turi. Turi is caught instantly by number 62 for the Tigers, Jim Nebelseck, and crashing down from his defensive end position, number 41, Alex Holt. Another thing this up-tempo offense is not allowing the Tigers to do is to substitute some of the defensive linemen that Coach Hurt likes to shuffle in and out to keep them fresh. With Roosevelt coming up to the line of scrimmage almost instantly after every play, the Tigers have to keep their base defense on the field. Snap to Dannenbring. He goes back. Pressure by Holt. Able to get the ball. And it looks like a fumble for Feldkamp. Looks like the Tigers have jumped on the ball. No signal yet. Feldkamp did fumble the football. And now we have an official mark. Number 32, Brecken Hamilton, comes up with the football. So Feldkamp able to catch the ball. I did not see who hit him at the 40-yard line, but the ball popped out to the ground, and Brecken Hamilton is able to jump on it. So a good defensive stop for the Tigers. Our first turnover of the game. And once again, the Tigers are set up 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. The Tigers will put slot receivers to the top. Roosevelt has two brings the slot blitz by number 23. Tigan is able to throw it deep, and it's intercepted. Threw it into coverage. Number 5 for Roosevelt, Tucker Large, comes up with the ball. So Tigan tries to go deep to the backside to Christensen, but Tucker Large is there in coverage. Ball hung up a little bit for Tigan. Sam Christensen made a good effort to try to get the ball caught or knocked down, but was not able to do so. And so on the deep interception from Large, Roosevelt will take over 1st down and 10 at their own 26-yard line. So just as we said, the first turnover of the game, the next play we have the second turnover of the game with an interception thrown by number 5, Jack Tigan. Roosevelt with 2 men in the backfield. They will separate. Ball is thrown out to Turry, and he is not able to make the catch. So Roosevelt bringing both running backs out of the backfield there, covered pretty well by the Tigers with Cade Boyer bearing down on Turry, but he is not able to catch the ball, so it is 2nd and 10. Number 19, Caden Jordan into the slot for Roosevelt, out with number 17, Presley Johnson. Up to the top by himself, Michael Paulson. Backfield with Dannenbring is number 6, Tyler Feldkamp, and number 32, Joe Turry. Dannenbring will take the snap and hand the ball to Turry off the left side. Turry is stacked up by the Tigers. Number 41, Alex Holt, in late. The initial hit by number 44, possibly Aiden Viox. Loss of 1 yard on the play for Roosevelt, so 3rd and 11. Roosevelt has had success picking up these long 3rd downs. The last one with Feldkamp's fumble was the first time the Tigers had stopped them in 3rd and long since a couple drives earlier. They'll have bunch formation down to the bottom of your screen. Pressure on Dannenbring from Holt, and he's able to hold him up long enough for the crew to get him in the backfield. Again, Alex Holt with the initial pressure, not able to bring down Dannenbring, but forced him to step up in the pocket, and Aiden Viox and number 45, Colt Harder, able to get the sack on Dannenbring. Technically, maybe no gain. I'm going to give the boys a sack. Set to punt for the Rough Riders, number 89, Vance Borchers, and deep for the Tigers, number 34, Lincoln Carlson. Snap to Borchers is good. Spiraling kick and a fair catch called for near the 36-yard line by Lincoln Carlson. So a good stand by the Tigers after the turnover. 5.5 minutes left to go in the second quarter with the Rough Riders with the 7-point lead, 14-7. Both teams have moved the ball well at times. The Riders have been stuffed by some penalties and 1 turnover. The Tigers have struggled a few times to run the football, but have passed the ball well on occasion. And they have 1 turnover with the interception. Knuth in to hand the ball off to number 22, Anders Clayton. Hit hard by number 9, Adam Kusler. Kusler not able to bring down Clayton, but definitely hit him early in the backfield. Finished off by his brother, number 8, Aaron Kusler, and number 99, Caleb Dwyer. Both Kusler brothers headed to South Dakota State. It's Division I prospects. Came in there and showed their talent. The first brother hit him hard, and the second brother's able to bring him down. Loss of 1 for Clayton. Knuth back to pass, has some time. Walters, and the ball is overthrown. A little bit of contact, but looked like pretty good coverage by number 5, Tucker Large. 3rd and long for the Tigers. So Knuth takes a shot deep for Andrew Walters. Large is up to the challenge with the coverage. That'll bring 3rd and 11 for Harrisburg. Harrisburg has slot receivers to the top. Corner comes off and is able to hit Rollinger right as he catches the ball and knocks it loose. Number 4, Joey Hughes, comes off his outside receiver and hits Rollinger just as he's catching the out and dislodges the ball. So that'll bring up 4th down and 11. Will Simmons into punt formation for the Tigers. Deep is number 6, Tyler Feldkamp. Tigers look to be short a man on the right side, but Simmons is able to get the kick off. And a good bounce for the Tigers. Feldkamp takes the ball at the 25-yard line, is able to save the roll. Gains 3 yards for the Rough Riders. Not quite sure that the Tigers had 11 men on the field there. Possibly looked like Rollinger may have been on the punt team and was not able to get on the field, as being looked at on the sidelines. Tigers did get the punt off. Roosevelt has the ball 1st and 10 on their own 28-yard line. Dannenbrink keeps the ball after faking the reverse to Feldkamp, faking the jet sweep, but number 15, Cade Boyer, did not fall for the fake and brings Dannenbrink down in the backfield. So Boyer with the sack, loss of 2.5 yards for Roosevelt. 2nd and a long 16 for the Rough Riders. 4 receiver set, 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Number 32, Joey Turry in the backfield with Dannenbrink. The Tigers look to bring pressure off the edge. Dannenbrink stands in the pocket, is able to make a connection. Caught by number 19 for the Rough Riders, Caden Jordan. On the coverage, number 2, Lincoln Botel. The Rough Riders with a nice smash route, the outside receiver hitching up at about 7 yards. The inside slot receiver cutting to the sideline behind him, and a good throw by Dannenbrink. 1st and 10 Riders hand the ball off to Turry, who has a hole off the right side, but closed down quickly by number 24, Gavin Gulbranson. 3-yard gain for Turry will set the ball just on the Roosevelt side of the field. 2nd down and 7. Dannenbrink back to pass, blitz off the left side. He gets the ball out quickly to Feldkamp. Feldkamp fumbles the ball again, and number 15, Cade Boyer, falls on the football. A 2nd fumble for Rough Riders and Feldkamp, and this time it's number 15, Cade Boyer, who comes up with the football. Looked like number 26, Cayman Hudson, was the Tiger who stripped it from Feldkamp. And Cade Boyer there to take the ball. So the Tigers get their 2nd turnover of the first half. We'll see if they can take advantage. Rollinger now back in the game at wing, so looked at on the sideline is okay. Evan Henderson in the slot. Low snap picked up by Teagan. He picks it up, throws the ball deep. And we have a pass interference call. Teagan goes deep to number 83, Sam Christensen. Looked like Christensen was making a play to come back to the ball. And number 4, Joey Hughes, not looking backwards, did make contact with Christensen as he tried to come back. The referees called that pass interference. So the 15-yard penalty will move the ball into the Rough Riders side of the field. 1st and 10 Tigers at the 48. Tigers will make some substitutions with Henderson and Rollinger stepping off the field. Roward and Christensen to the bottom with tight end number 87, Blake Hansen, to the top of your screen. Teagan hands the ball off to number 22, Anders Clayton, caught from behind by number 99, Caleb Dwyer. Dwyer, a 6'2", 265-pound senior, able to come down from his defensive line position and get a hold of Clayton before he's able to get to the hole. A loss of a half yard. Same formation for the Tigers, this time with number 40, Cade Larson, in at wing. Teagan fakes the handoff to Clayton, throws a slant to number 1 receiver, clears out the offense, clears out the defensive linebacker, and Christensen is able to get the slant on number 5, Tucker Large. A good throw by Tigan to fit it in that back window. 3rd and 1 for the Tigers. Well-designed play there by Coach White. Takes that inside slot receiver and takes away that outside linebacker, leaving a bigger window for Tigan to hit Christensen. Clayton left alone in the backfield. Roll out for number 10, Rowert, and Rowert is able to catch the ball and in for the touchdown. So Coach White takes a gamble on 3rd and 1 and goes deep, and it pays off. A 34-yard connection from Jack Tigan to number 10, Jai Rowert. And the Tigers are down by 1 with 2 minutes left in the first half. Jacob Knuth out to hold for number 17, Will Simmons, looking to tie the game up with 2 minutes left before halftime. So again on 3rd and White, Coach Young, that's a long time ago. Coach Brandon White goes for the home run and hits it. Tigers are set, ball is down. Simmons' kick is up. And it signaled good. So with 1:57 left before half, the Tigers tie up the game 14-14 as we're set for the kickoff. This time the Tigers able to take advantage of the second fumble by Roosevelt, takes the ball down the field and ties up the game. We are back here at Howard Wood Field, set for the kickoff after the Tiger touchdown. Deep for the Rough Riders, Tucker Large and Tyler Feldkamp set to kick for Harrisburg. Number 84, Bryce Soley. So the Tigers answer the Roosevelt second touchdown with a 34-yard touchdown pass from Jack Tigan to Jai Rowert. Ball is set and Soley is set. A good driving end-over-end kick. Sends Feldkamp back. Bobbles the football but has a seam on the right side. And Feldkamp is out over the 25-yard line. It looked like Feldkamp took the gloves off after the second fumble in this half. This time not able to quite corral the kick, but a great run after finally getting a hold of the football sets Roosevelt up at their own 28-yard line. The Riders have 1 timeout left after having to take back-to-back timeouts early in the game after some confusion on the play. So in their 2-minute drill, they'll only have 1 timeout. Dannenbring through his cadence, has the ball set at the 20-yard line, sprints to the right, and will be knocked out of bounds by number 41, Alex Holt, and number 44, Aiden Viox. That'll be a 6-yard loss. Looked like Dannenbring tried to fling the ball at the last second, but the referees are saying he was out of bounds. So it will be a sack for Viox and Holt. 2nd and 16 for Roosevelt. Dannenbring looks over the middle and is able to fit the ball in a very tight window between Gulbranson and Botel. Number 19, Caden Jordan with a great catch. Dannenbring did fit in a tight window there. Hit almost instantly by Gulbranson after the catch. 3rd down and 5 for Roosevelt. Roosevelt looked to draw the Tigers off sides, did not jump. Timeout by the Tigers. Looked like the Tiger coaching staff saw something that maybe they didn't like. That or else they're trying to preserve some time on the clock in case they make the stop, thinking they may get a chance offensively themselves. Either way, the Tigers have called their first timeout of this half. They have 2 remaining. Again, the Rough Riders 1 timeout, third and a long 4 at their own 34-yard line. It's been an entertaining half with 14 points for each team. We've had some ebbs and flows both ways. A 70-yard touchdown pass for the Rough Riders was their big play. 2 short touchdowns, one by one by Anders Clayton for the Tigers, and one from number 32, Joe Turry. The Tigers' second touchdown was the connection that we just saw a few plays ago from Jack Tigan to Jai Roward on 3rd and 1, and that sets us up with this last minute and 12 seconds in the first half. So as advertised, 2 of the best teams in Class AAA going at it here at Howard Wood Field, and not disappointing in this first half. Dannenbring back in the shotgun, will take the ball, steps up in the pocket. Dannenbring looks to have the 40-yard line and the first down. He will also get out of bounds, stopping the clock. So good coverage by the Tigers, but Dannenbring is able to get the first down. Viox is able to push Dannenbring out of bounds. Viox is a 6-foot, 200-pound sophomore playing for the Tigers. Rough Riders checking their wristbands for the play. Dannenbring set in the shotgun with Turry beside him. Dannenbring with a lot of time in the backfield, goes over the middle and too high for Feldkamp. Feldkamp may be lucky he did not catch that ball, as number 15, Cade Boyer, was sizing him up for a big hit. Smart play by Boyer not to make contact with the receiver after he did not catch the ball, but the high throw will make it 2nd and 10 at the Roosevelt 41-yard line. Rough Rider coaches signaling in the play to Dannenbring. Just under a minute left in the half. Dannenbring takes the snap. Again, lots of time. Has Feldkamp over on the sideline, and Feldkamp not able to get out of bounds, but able to get the first down. Now they are signaling for the clock to stop. Assuming that's just to reset the chains, as the referee first signaled that he did not make it out of bounds. Roosevelt to snap it quickly. Dannenbring pumps once. And Hamilton able to take him out of bounds right at the 50-yard line. So Dannenbring's first receiver was not there, decided not to make the throw, and is sacked by Hamilton for a loss of 3. So 33 seconds left in the half. The Riders need the second half of the field to get in the end zone. Dannenbring will take the snap and drop back to his 40. Steps up in the pocket. Throws it deep. Feldkamp. And is incomplete. Feldkamp looked to catch the ball over his outside shoulder and not able to bring the ball in. A strong throw from Dannenbring from near the 45-yard line down near the 5. Almost 50 yards in the air from Dannenbring on the run, but Feldkamp not able to bring the ball in. Dannenbring will go to the sideline to head coach Kim Nelson. Nelson sends Dannenbring back onto the field with 24 seconds left. 3rd down and 13. Dannenbring hit as he throws. And we have a penalty flag on the play. Looks to be in the area of pass interference on the Tigers.
Pass interference. Keegan, number 7.
15-yard penalty will give the Riders a first down at the Tigers' 35. Again, 17 seconds left in the half. The Riders do have a timeout, so I'm sure all plays in the playbook are available to head coach Kim Nelson. Dannenbrink will take the snap. Looks to the left side. Can roll out and is able to get out of bounds. 10 seconds left on the clock for the Riders. The gain of 5 puts the ball down near the 30, but the Riders are running out of time. Have not seen the Rough Riders kicker kick anything but an extra point yet, so no real idea what his range is. But that could also come into play here with 10 seconds and 1 timeout left for Roosevelt. If they get the ball tackled in the field of play, they're going to have to use that timeout. Over the middle, and it's tipped. And, almost intercepted by Jai Rohrt, but it sneaks out. Now the Riders look like they will attempt maybe a long field goal here. Number 25, Bennett Yellowbird. So Roosevelt not using their timeout. Yellowbird will set the tee down at the 37-yard line, making this a 47-yard attempt. Snap is good, hold is good, blocked! The Tigers block the kick, number 7. Jack Rayburn comes off the left side. Looks like he got a piece of Yellowbird. Hopefully his leg is okay, but a great play by Jack Rayburn to end the first half. Again, a very entertaining first half here with 14 points for each side. We'll take a short break and come back with some stats and some recap from the first half here at Howard Wood Field.
Yeah, I know, so it's giving me a really hard time on down. It's just like, you want to go down. I want to fall off of it.
Let's give it up one more time as they prepare the Roosevelt High School competitive game squad.
Yeah. What? Just give me a little bit. When they,
Okay, 0, 0, 0, 1 sign. Yeah. I think so. Yes, I'm going to. Because we are, everything's hardwired in.
So that might be
Yeah.
Roosevelt High School marching band, the drum major, is your band ready? Roosevelt High School marching band, you will take the field in performance.
Dad, what's going on?
Mom's hurt, kiddo.
Everyone stay clear. 3, 2, 1.
Just hang on to me for a minute. I'm here, little star. Bad dream again?
I want Mom back.
Me too.
Look out the window out the side.
Hey, that's an aurora. Those are northern lights.
Kind of look like Mom's eyes.
Yeah, they do. They really do. bet you're never gonna forget that.
No way. It was so pretty, just like Mom.
Look down a bit in the backyard. What do you see?
Little lightning bugs.
Fireflies. Hey, look at those stars.
Mom loved looking at stars.
She loved you.
I can think of her when I look at the stars.
That's a great idea. Life changes, but those stars aren't.
Roosevelt High School marching band with their show, Next Time.
Tiger fans, welcome back to Howard Wood Field. Hope you enjoyed the halftime show there by the Roosevelt Rough Rider Band. Got up and had yourself a cold beverage or two. Some halftime stats for you. First of all, for the Tigers, not much in the rushing department. The Tigers have 4 yards rushing. Anders Clayton has 6 carries with 2 yards and a touchdown. Has been caught in the backfield quite a bit. Is only averaging, obviously, under a half yard a carry. Jacob Knuth, the only other carry for the Tigers, he rushed 1 time and gained 2 yards as well. The Rough Riders able to move it a little more on the ground. Their leading rusher, Joe Turry, has 13 carries for 53 yards. So that's 4 yards a carry, about the average that the Tigers are giving up. Brady Dannenbring, the quarterback, has 8 rushes for 16 yards. And Tyler Feldkamp, the slot receiver, has 3 carries for 14 yards. In the passing department for the Tigers, again, Knuth and Tigan both taking snaps. Tigan has attempted 9 passes, completing 5, 1 for the touchdown. He has 84 yards throwing. Jacob Knuth, 7 attempts, 4 complete, 57 yards throwing. So the Tigers about 137, 138 yards. Dannenbring, the only one to throw passes for the Rough Riders, 14 of 21 for 225 yards. A lot of that coming on the 72-yard touchdown that he threw to Paulson. Leading receiver for the Tigers, Rollinger has 2 catches for 47 yards. Rowert has 2 catches for 35 yards and the touchdown. Sam Christensen has 2 catches for 15, and Timon Long 1 for 27. So the Tigers just over 100 yards passing, but the offense has been few and far between. The Rough Riders with a very solid defense. Receiving for the Roosevelt Rough Riders, Feldkamp has 7 for 51 yards. Paulson, 5 for 142. Again, half of that coming on 1 throw in the first quarter with the 72-yard touchdown. And Caden Jordan rounds out the receiving, 2 catches for 32 yards. Leading tackler for the Tigers is Cade Boyer. He has 3 unassisted and 3 assisted tackles for 9. And Aiden Viox, 7 unassisted tackles. For the Rough Riders, Brandon Dannenbring leads with 2 unassisted. And Caleb Dwyer actually 2 assisted and 1 unassisted tackle. Again, a recap of the scoring in the first quarter. The Rough Riders took the ball from the opening kickoff, drove all the way down the field, and Joey Turry put an end to that drive with a 6-yard touchdown run. The Tigers answered back on their possession. Their second possession of the game, they drove the ball down the field, finished off by an Anders Clayton 3-yard touchdown run. The big play on that one was a 40-yard connection between Knuth and Rollinger that set up that touchdown run. Brady Dannenbring then hit Paulson on the very next series, and Paulson slipped a tackle and went 72 yards for the touchdown for a quick strike. We did not have a lot of scoring then from that point on until the very end, where Jack Tigan hit Jai Rowert with a 34-yard pass play on 3rd down and 1. Had Roosevelt defense stacked at the line of scrimmage, took a shot, was able to hit Rowert. He slipped the tackle and was able to get in the end zone. Will Simmons, 2 for 2 on extra points, so that gives the Tigers 14 yards. And for the Rough Riders, Bennett Yellowbird, 2 for 2 on extra points, did have that late field goal blocked by number 7 for the Tigers. Jack Rayburn able to come off his right side there and did block the kick right before halftime. So that leads up to our score of 14-14 as we start the second half of ball. Again, a very entertaining, hard-fought game here by both sides. Hoping for the same thing in the second half. Roosevelt did choose to receive the first half kickoff, so the Tigers will get the ball. It looks like they will be lining up at the east end of Howard Wood Field. The flag not moving very much here at Howard Wood Stadium, so not much of a factor in the game tonight. Set to do the kicking for the Rough Riders, number 89, Vance Borchers. Set deep again for the Tigers, 2 sophomores, number 34, Lincoln Carlson, and number 88, Carter Barenfuss. The last couple kicks from Borchers, first one was a high pop-up that was fielded near the 30-yard line, giving the Tigers pretty good field position. The second one kicked out of bounds, giving the Tigers the ball at the 35. Borcher set to kick off for our second half action. This time it's a deep end-over-end kick taken by Barenfuss inside the 5. Barenfuss will go up the right hash, avoids the first tackle, and will be tackled out near the 13-yard line. Excuse me, near the 18-yard line. So good kick by Borchers there. Drove Barenfuss back near the goal line. He was able to bring the ball out to the 17-yard line where the Tigers will have the first snap of the second half, 1st and 10. Tigers will start with trips to the bottom of your screen. Christensen, Rowert, and Rollinger. Handoff to Clayton around the right side. Good adjustment by the Tigers there. Anders Clayton almost slipped the tackle. Brought down by number 22 for the Rough Riders, Max Miller. So the Tigers put the trips to the bottom of the screen and like the top with tight end 87. Blake Hansen blocking on the outside. Clayton able to get the edge and 9 yards. 2nd down and 1. Same formation for the Tigers. This time up the middle with Clayton. Runs into Aaron Kusler there in the middle of the field. See what they'll give him for forward progress. They'll mark Clayton short. Half a yard to go. Tigers will take Rollinger off the field. Lose a receiver, bring in a tight end. Number 40, Cade Larson, in at wing. Tigan will tuck the ball and run around the left side. He's got some room and will go outside. Sliding out of bounds, number 21, Nathan Moon. But Tigan able to take the ball out near the 40-yard line. They'll mark it at the 39, 1st and 10 Tigers. So this time fakes the ball to Clayton. Now Larson will go off the field and they'll bring on number 7, Jack Rayburn. Tigan, the quarterback, in the backfield for Harrisburg with Clayton as the running back. Blitz off the right side. Clayton able to pick it up. Ball is short and incomplete to Christensen. Rayburn will come off the field and Rollinger will come back. Trips to the top of your screen. This puts Tucker Wolf on Jai Rowert. Loads up deep. He's got a step on his man and not able to bring the ball in. Number 10, Jai Rowert, had 2 steps on Tucker Wolf and was deep. Ball hit him in the hands, but not able to bring him in. A good throw by Tigan. Good effort by Rowert, just not able to bring the ball in. Okay. Ball snap to Tigan. He has pressure. And he'll be flung down on the edge by number 99, Caleb Dwyer. Dwyer having a good game there for the Rough Riders. Tigan tried to get outside the right side, but Dwyer did his job. Kept his outside arm and leg free and was able to get Tigan down, marked at the 28-yard line. Will Simmons in to punt for Harrisburg. Deep is Tyler Feldkamp for the Riders. Riders look to put a punt return. Simmons shanked the punt. It's like it came off the side of Simmons' foot. This will be marked on the Tigers' side of the 50. The referee will stop at the 40. So the Riders will have great field position for the first possession of this half. 1st and 10 at the Tiger 40-yard line. The Riders will bring the same formation the Tigers had in with trips to the bottom of your screen. Dannenbring and Turry in the backfield. Tigers bring a blitz off the left side. Turry able to slip a tackle and is out near the 36-yard line. Good blitz call by defensive coordinator David Doan, not able to get home as Turry did shake that tackle. Be a 4-yard pickup, 2nd and 6. The Riders quickly up to the line. The snap, Dannenbring back. The bubble screen to Feldkamp, who goes upfield very quickly, knocked out of bounds by number 10, Jai Rowert. A 9-yard gain on the play for Feldkamp. Will be a first down. Penalty flag near the 35-yard line. Call is illegal man downfield on the Riders. I believe he said number 78, if I heard him correctly, would be Dylan Prisbilla, the 6'1", 265-pound sophomore, too far downfield on that pass play. That'll bring up 2nd and 9 for the Riders. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Handoff goes to Turry, runs into his own man, and is brought down in the backfield by number 27 for the Tigers, Timon Long. Good penetration there by number 41, Alex Holt, pushing the offensive lineman into the backfield. Turry ran into his own man's back, and then number 27, Timon Long, able to finish him off in the backfield. A good play for the Tigers on 2nd and long, makes it 3rd and even longer with 3rd and 16 from the 46-yard line. And it looks like Sam Coles, the 6'4 junior for Roosevelt, having trouble with his helmet, so they're going to have him step off the field. 3rd and 16 for Roosevelt. Deep over the middle, and it looks to be caught. A nice catch by Tyler Feldkamp. A good throw by Dannenbring, low and away from the safety, and Feldkamp is able to dive and make a good catch. Roosevelt will run up to the line. Quick snap, the Tigers not ready, and Feldkamp not able to haul that one in. The Riders have done that a few times tonight where they rush up to the line after a big gain. This time they did catch the Tigers a little out of sorts, but Feldkamp not able to catch that bubble screen out on the left side. Will bring up 2nd down and 10. Feldkamp will come in motion to make it trips to the right side. Dannenbring looking right. Deep throw to Feldkamp. And it is caught. A perfect throw from from Dannenbring to Feldkamp. Got him on the wheel route there. Hamilton did a nice job running with the wheel route, but a great throw by Dannenbring and a good catch in the back of the end zone by Tyler Feldkamp. So with that long strike to Feldkamp, the Riders will take a 6-point lead as Bennett Yellowbird lines up for the point after. Yellowbird got hit fairly hard on the blocked field goal, in the first half, so good to see him back on the field to attempt the extra point. The kick is good by Yellowbird, so the Rough Riders take a 21-14 lead with 8 minutes exactly left in the third quarter. As we come back to Howard Wood Field for the kickoff, again, a Dannenbrink to Tyler Feldkamp 30-yard pass for a touchdown sets the score at 21-14 Riders. Number 89, Vance Borcher, set to do the kicking. Deep for the Tigers, Lincoln Carlson and Carter Barenfuss. A shorter kick this time, taken on the run by Lincoln Carlson. Sees a hole up the middle, is out over the 30 near the 35-yard line. A good return by Lincoln Carlson, taking the ball on the run. They'll set the nose of the ball at the 34-yard line for the Tigers' second possession of the second half. These two teams have gone back and forth with scores. The Tigers having to answer a Roosevelt touchdown each time. Let's see what they can do on this drive. Fake bubble and a handoff to number 22, Anders Clayton. Clayton tackled by number 9, Adam Kusler. No yards on the carry for Anders Clayton. 2nd and 10. Penalty flag will be illegal substitution. 12 men lined up in the formation for the Tigers. They'll take Anders Clayton off the field. Don't know if he was the guilty party, as it could have been any formation. The Tigers will come out with an empty backfield. Rollinger lined up at the wing. Pass will be out to him. Jai Rowert blocks. Rollinger able to get up over the 35-yard line, where he's brought down by number 21 for Roosevelt, Nathan Moon. So a good block by Rowert on the outside springs Rollinger up near the original line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 9 yards for the Tigers. This time they'll switch the formation, keep the tight end Blake Hansen down to the bottom of your screen and trips to the top. Sam Christensen at the top. Roosevelt will blitz. A throw is shallow and almost intercepted. Thrown off his back foot by Knuth. Heavy pressure on Knuth, and is not able to get much on the ball. Almost picked off by the Rough Riders. An effective blitz will be 3 and out. Costly penalty for the Tigers on that drive. The illegal substitution with 12 men on the field. Simmons back to punt for the Tigers. Deep is Feldkamp for Roosevelt. Low kick is picked up and blocked. And it will go out of the back of the end zone for the safety. Number 8, Aaron Kusler, comes up the middle and is able to block Will Simmons' punt. Blocked it out near the 20-yard line, and the ball caromed out of the back of the end zone. So Roosevelt really dialing up the pressure here, both on special teams and defense, and it pays dividends. The extra 2 points will make it 23-14, and the Tigers will have a free kick from the 20-yard line. Again, that was Aaron Kusler, number 8, blocking that punt for the Rough Riders. Tigers have the choice to punt or free kick this football off the tee. The Tigers will bring out number 84, Bryce Soleil, their place kicker. So it looks like they will place the tee at the 20-yard line. Deep for the Rough Riders, number 5, Tucker Large, and number 6, Tyler Feldkamp. Soleil has the ball set on the tee. It is live.
Bryce Soley, the kickoff from 20 for the Tigers.
High end over end kick will be fielded by Feldkamp near the 30-yard line. He'll come to the left and has blockers and will step out of bounds in Tiger territory. So a good return by Feldkamp will set up Roosevelt in Harrisburg territory again for their next drive. 6.5 left in the third quarter with the Riders leading 23-14. Dannenbring in the backfield with number 32, Joe Turry. Dannenbring takes the snap, a quick throw out to number 19. Caden Jordan is able to slip a tackle, finally taken down by Gavin Gulbranson for the Tigers, but not before he gains a first down. Tigers brought some pressure off the edge, and Dannenbring got rid of it right where the pressure came from and is able to hit Caden Jordan for an 11-yard gain. Same formation for Roosevelt. This time they will hand it off to Turry. He's met by number 41, Alex Holt, but is able to carry Holt up near the 30-yard line. 3-yard gain on the play will bring up 2nd and 7 for the Tigers. Had a hole there for a second, closed down very quickly by Holt. The Riders will move Feldkamp up to the top of the screen for a trips formation. Dannenbring moves up to the pistol with Turry behind him in the I set. Will turn and fake. Dannenbring in a little bit of trouble, escapes out the right side of the pocket and is brought down near the 20-yard line by number 5, Jack Tigan. So the starting quarterback from the Tigers moved into middle linebacker and is able to bring down Dannenbring, but again, another first down for Roosevelt. Roosevelt's drive started near the 45-yard line of the Tigers, have moved down near the 20, 1st and 10. Dannenbring looks to the left, now over the middle, has pressure and will be sacked by number 24, Gavin Gulbranson. Coming from his linebacker spot on a blitz, Gulbranson is able to get Dannenbring to the ground. Dannenbring started by looking to his left. That receiver was covered, moved his progression to the middle, but Gulbranson able to blitz from his inside linebacker position and get the sack. A loss of 7 yards on the play, 2nd down and 17 for Roosevelt. The Riders will bring Feldkamp to the bottom of your screen and move Presley Johnson up to the top. 2 running backs in the backfield. Number 2, Michael Paulson to the bottom of your screen. A swing pass to number 9, Tyler Feldkamp, and brought down immediately by number 26, Kamen Hudson. Very short gain on the play, 2 yards for Feldkamp. A good open field tackle by Hudson coming downhill to get Feldkamp before he was able to establish his footing and make a move. Will be 3rd and long. Roosevelt did attempt a 47-yard field goal right before halftime. That was blocked, so they could be in field goal range here. 3rd down and 15. Dannenbring back in the pocket, looks up, and will be very close to the 15-yard line, but will be short. They'll mark him out at the 16-yard line. That'll be about 5 yards short. Roosevelt keeping the offense on the field for the moment. 4th down and 5. Big call here from head coach Kim Nelson. The Riders leading 23-14. Driving right now, but 4th and 5 for the Rough Riders deep in Tiger territory. Dannenbring will roll left. And it's knocked down at the last minute by number 10, Jai Rowert. Great drive on the ball by Roert, and he's able to knock the ball down, intended for number 2, Michael Paulson. So the great defensive effort by Roert turns the ball back over to the Tigers. They desperately need a drive here to at least switch ends of the field for field position, and they could also use a score. Number 5, Jack Tigan, will bring the Tigers onto the field. Number 19, Andrew Walter, will be at the bottom of your screen. Christensen and Rollinger to the top. Blitz. The option, and Tigan is up the middle. A good option play, caught from the side by number 8, Aaron Kusler. So Harrisburg with a little speed option run there. Tigan will gain 7 on the play, 2nd and 3. The Tigers will sub out Rollinger for Roert. He'll take the slot at the top of the screen. Clayton in the backfield with Tigan. Quick pass to Walter, and he's out over the 30-yard line where he's tackled by number 5, Tucker Large. So a good speed out. Good pass by Tigan, complete to Andrew Walter. And the Tigers are able to pick up a first down. Rollinger will step back on the field for Andrew Walter, and the Tigers will have trips to the top of the screen. Tigan and Clayton in the backfield. A blitz from the corner. Ball is hit. High throw. Rollinger able to bring it down. Avoids the tackle and out near the 40-yard line. Tigan took a big hit from the corner blitz, but able to deliver the ball. Rollinger goes up high and gets it. Avoids the tackle by Joey Hughes and is able to take the ball 1 yard short, so a 9-yard pass play. 2nd and 1 for the Tigers. Tigan did a nice job of standing in and taking a hit, delivered the ball, and the Tigers get a good gain. Oh, big hit by Tigan as he's in the throwing motion from number 8, Aaron Kusler. Incomplete pass as his arm was in motion, but a big hit from Kusler on Tigan as he stepped in to throw that ball. Tigan looks like he's shaking it off okay. Roert will step off the field, and on will come number 44, Aiden Viox. Tigers do a short huddle. We'll have trip bunch to the top of the screen. Tigan will run around the corner where he's knocked out of bounds by number 8, Aaron Kusler. He'll cross the 40-yard line. First down for the Tigers. So right after taking the big hit from Kusler, they call Jack Tigan's number again around the right side, and he is able to take the ball for a first down. Tigers make some substitutions, bring in more wide receivers. Jack Rayburn up to the top, Andrew Walter to the bottom. Evan Henderson in the slot. Delay of game against the Tigers. There was some confusion there about their substitution, and the play clock ran out. 5-yard penalty will move the ball back to the 35-yard line, 1st and 15 for the Tigers. Tigan now back into the huddle. Same formation. Tigan alone in the backfield. And sacked by number 99, Caleb Dwyer, with his 2nd sack. Dwyer coming in on the inside of the wing there, able to take advantage of being blocked by the wide receiver and is able to get to Tigan before he's able to make the pass. 2nd and 23 for the Tigers. Look to get a big chunk of this back here on 2nd down to make 3rd down a little bit more manageable. We have trips to the bottom of your screen. Clayton will be in the backfield with Tigan. Handoff to Clayton. He's bottled up on the outside, and the rest of the riders there to take him down. Good pressure upfield by number 74, Lane Ferguson, for the Rough Riders, and the rest of the linebackers came up to clean up after Clayton's initial contact in the backfield. 3 yards lost on the play, 3rd and 26 for the Tigers. Tigers have to be careful here not to try to get the whole thing and throw a ball up for an interception. They will hand the ball off to Rowert. He's down. Rowert is being marked down at the 20-yard line. Another big hit by Aaron Kusler. 4-yard loss on the reverse attempt. Will bring up 4th and 30 for Harrisburg. So after a couple of initial first downs, the Tiger drive stall, a combination of some penalties and some big plays by the Riders. That's the end of the third quarter. The score at Howard Wood Field, 23-14 as we switch ends of the field. Again, to recap the scoring here in the third quarter, we came into the second half tied 14-14. Roosevelt took their second drive of the second half, ended in a pass play from Brady Dannenbrink to Tyler Feldkamp that covered just over 30 yards here in the east end zone to give them a 21-14 lead. In the ensuing possession, the Tigers' punt was blocked by Kusler and went out the back of the end zone for a safety, giving us our score of 23-0. The ball will be set at the Tiger 20-yard line. They have the ball 4th down and 30. Back to punt again is Simmons. I'm sure the Tigers have talked about what they need to do to adjust to the pressure brought by the Riders. Roosevelt will send number 6, Tyler Feldkamp, back to return the punt. Kusler, number 8, came off the Tigers' right side last time and was able to block Simmons' punt out the back of the end zone from a very similar spot at the other end of the field. As we wait for the TV timeout to conclude, the referee is standing over the ball for now. And now we're ready for play. Simmons able to get the ball off this time, an end-over-end punt that will roll out of bounds near the 45-yard line, but once again, the Rough Riders will start their possession in Harrisburg territory. Harrisburg has not been able to flip the field on the Riders this half. Almost all of their offensive snaps have come on the Tiger side of the field, while the Tigers have started deep in their own territory. Dannenbrink and Turry in the backfield. Dannenbrink takes the snap and gives it to Turry. Turry is wrapped up right away by number 44 for the Tigers, Aiden Viox. Viox is helped by number 41, Alex Holt, keeping Turry to a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9. Tiger defense here needs a turnover. Tigers need something here to go their way to flip this field or get the ball back to their offense for a chance to score. Trailing by 9, a 2-score lead for Roosevelt. Dannenbrink will roll right. Being chased and forced out of bounds by Hudson. Good coverage downfield by the Tigers. Defensive end Blake Hansen did a nice job of setting his edge out there, taking on the double team, not giving Dannenbring any room to run out there, and Hudson comes from his corner position to actually make Dannenbring lose a yard. It will be 3rd down and 10. Sideline signaling in the play here to the Rough Riders. And with only 8 seconds left on the play clock, head coach Kim Nelson calls timeout and brings the Rough Riders to the sideline. A crucial play here early in the 4th quarter, a 3rd down and 10. The ball sits right at the 45-yard line on the Tiger side of the field. Timeout Roosevelt. To set the Tigers' season so far, if you had not been following, the Tigers started their first game out in Rapid City against Central. They came away with a 26-20 victory on the road. Next, they played Sioux Falls, Washington at home and was able to come out with a 28-15 victory. Played the second Rapid City school, Rapid City Stevens in Harrisburg, the week after with a 35-14 victory. And last week in Tiger Bowl was able to defeat Aberdeen Central 40-22. We bring you back to Howard Wood Field here with the ball on the 45-yard line. 3rd and 10 for Roosevelt. Roosevelt will come back with their double slot. Tight bunch over here on the bottom screen and bring Feldkamp in motion. Last time he went on the wheel route. This time he's crossing all the way back to the middle, and the ball will be picked off by number 26, Kamen Hudson. So the turnover the Tigers were looking for, and Hudson brings the ball out past the 35-yard line. So Dannenbring went deep over the middle. Hudson was able to recover and got the interception the Tigers were looking for. It'll be 1st and 10 Tigers at the 38-yard line of the Rough Riders. So here's the opportunity for the Tiger offense. Number 4, Jacob Knuth will bring the Tigers onto the field. He'll have trips to the top of the screen. Henderson, Rollinger, and Christensen up top. Blake Hansen, the tight end, to the bottom. Blitz by Kusler. Knuth is able to get the edge and will have some positive yardage. A nice block there by Anders Clayton as Kusler blitzed hard off the outside edge. Got just enough of him to allow Knuth to break contain. And Knuth will have an 8-yard gain on 1st down, making it 2nd and 2. Christensen will come down to the bottom of the screen. Rollinger in the slot there with number 19 for the Tigers. Lost my place there, number 19. Andrew Walter to the top of your screen. Low snap, Knuth picks it up, looks deep, just out of the outstretched hands of Walter. On the coverage, number 5, Tucker Large. So on 2nd and short, again, Knuth takes a shot. Not a bad pass, put it where only his receiver could catch it. No danger of being intercepted, but Walter not able to get his hands on it. The Tigers will come up in that same formation with slot to the bottom of the screen. Anders Clayton in the backfield with Knuth. Pass complete to number 27, Timon Long, as he came out of his wing position in the backfield. Good coverage by number 21, Nathan Moon, there right as he caught the ball and brings him down. 4th and short for the Tigers. The Tigers will take the receivers off the field and bring in their heavy package. Checking in for the Tigers, number 44, Aiden Viox. Number 22, Anders Clayton in the backfield. Quarterback sneak, and the Tigers will push the pile up over the 50. Plenty of yardage for Knuth on the first down. So Viox will check out. Rollinger will check back in. Looks like they'll go trips to the top of your screen with Blake Hansen in at the tight end to the bottom of your screen. Knuth will be in the shotgun with Clayton to his left. Clayton off to the left side, deep throw, caught and hit just as he caught the ball by Jai Rowert. Hit by Tucker Wolf on the play. A long throw for Knuth to the sideline. Rowert able to catch it, but just as he caught it, Wolf put his helmet in Rowert's chest, but he's able to hold on to the ball. Gain of 3. 2nd and 7 for the Tigers. Tigers will bring trips down to the bottom. Knuth takes the snap, quick bubble to Rowert. Got a blocker on the outside, splits the defenders, and is able to get past the sticks. Just enough of a block by Sam Christensen on the outside here, springs Rowert. Carter Johnson in for the Tigers. Johnson and Rollinger lines up at a wing, Johnson at tight end. Knuth by himself in the backfield. Caught! Almost intercepted. Carter Johnson able to hold on to the ball. What a great catch by Johnson. Got a rider shaken up on the play, number 22, Max Miller. The two met in the air as they both were attempting to catch the football. Johnson with great concentration to hold on to that ball. Miller had his eyes set on an interception. They both collided, hopefully not head to head, but trainers are out for the Riders. Looks like he's at least sitting up here and now able to get up on his own power. Great to see. Max Miller, number 22 for the Riders, looks to be okay. He and Carter Johnson collided on that, his attempt interception, and Carter Johnson's great catch there on the sidelines right in front of the Roosevelt bench. I don't think Miller even saw Carter Johnson. I don't know if Johnson saw Miller. Both thought they had an easy catch, and they end up running into each other right as the ball meets between them. But Johnson does hold on to the ball, so it'll be 1st and 10 Tigers inside the 25 of the Rough Riders. Trips to the top of the screen for the Tigers. Knuth fits the ball right in the window and into the end zone. A great throw by Knuth between 3 defenders. Still haven't seen who caught it. Number 10, Jai Rowert on the catch. So the Tigers do answer back. A great throw by Jacob Knuth threads the needle between 2 linebackers and the safety. Rowert, a great effort after the catch to push himself into the end zone. Will Simmons on to do the kicking out of the hold of Knuth. Simmons' kick is up, and it is good. So with 8 minutes left in the ball game, the Tigers come back. It is 23-21, Riders lead. So the Tigers got the interception, the turnover that they were looking for near midfield, and the offense capitalizes. A good drive by the Tiger offense, great passing, mix of plays by Coach White in formation, and they're able to drive the ball down, capped off by a 24-yard touchdown pass from Knuth to Jai Rowert. So right now, the only difference in this ball game is the block punt safety that happened right in the 3rd quarter near the east end of the field. If you remember that play, Aaron Kusler was able to block Will Simmons' kick out near the 20-yard line, caromed off into the end zone and rolled out the back of the end zone, giving the Rough Riders the 2 points that they now lead by. Set to kick off the left hash for the Tigers, number 84, Bryce Soley. Deep for the Riders, number 5, Tucker Large, and number 6, Tyler Feldkamp. So a little bit of momentum back for the Tigers here as it had shifted the Riders' way. See if the Tiger special teams can pin the Riders deep. Soleil hits a high end-over-end kick, putting Tucker Large back to the end zone and a touchback. A big kick by Bryce Soleil with dangerous returners back there for the Riders. Doesn't give them a chance to bring the ball out. So the ball will get set on the 20-yard line. See what the Tiger defense has for an answer. Roosevelt will put trips down to the bottom of your screen. Paulson, Jordan, and Feldkamp. Dannenbrink hands the ball off. Good tackle by number 15, Cade Boyer. The ball was handed off to number 32, Joe Turry, but that hole closed very quickly by Boyer. 2 yards on the carry, 2nd and 8. Play looked like it had some promise from the get-go. Turry had the edge, but Boyer came downhill very quickly and shut that one down. Roosevelt will move the trips to the top of the screen, wide side. Turry will dot the I behind Dannenbrink in the pistol. Dannenbrink fakes the handoff. Outside to Feldkamp, but too high. So Dannenbrink's pass too high for Feldkamp will bring up 3rd and 8. Again, with Feldkamp's speed and agility, they like to get him the ball in the open field and let him make a play. Ball just a little too high from Dannenbrink. Same formation for the Riders. Paulson, Feldkamp, and Jordan to the top of your screen. Excuse me, number 17, Johnson in motion. Ball is caught by Feldkamp. Knocked out of bounds by number 7, Jack Rayburn. But a first down pickup for the Riders. Rayburn looks to be shaken up on the play. And now he will sit down on the field. Not sure exactly what happened. Rayburn did not stay down on the sideline, did try to walk back into the formation, but got out to the numbers and had to take a knee and is now laying on his back. Rayburn was in on that tackle, knocking Feldkamp out of bounds. Hopefully just got the wind knocked out of him. Trainer for the Tigers, Kyle Wiebesek, out on the 40-yard line, attending to Jack Rayburn. Head coach Brandon White out to check on his player. Because of the injury timeout, Rayburn will have to come out for at least one play. Other Tiger trainer Dylan Bunting also attending to Cade Boyer. Rayburn is up, walking off gingerly, but is walking off under his own power. Hopefully Mr. Rayburn will be okay. So Roosevelt will come back on the field with a fresh set of downs. For the Tigers, number 13, Ethan Rollinger, will take Rayburn's safety position for at least one play. First and 10, Roosevelt. Handoff to Turry. Turry has the outside. Tackle by number 32, Brecken Hamilton, assisted late by Rollinger coming from the secondary. 7-yard gain for Turry on the run will make it 2nd and 3. Same play we saw in that first possession where Boyer was able to come downhill and shut it down. This time Turry got the corner and was able to gain 8 yards. Turry switching sides of Dannenbrink On the snap, fake handoff, nobody there, and nobody touched number 41, Alex Holt. Looks like a mix-up in the backfield as Dannenbring reached the ball to his right to fake the run. Turry took off to the left, and nobody blocked Alex Holt, so a good sack for Alex Holt. That turns second and short into third and long. Rayburn back on the field, good to see for the Tigers, taking his safety position alongside number 2, Lincoln Botel. 3rd and 8 for the Riders. Dannenbring back to pass. Holt putting pressure up the middle. Dannenbring is able to spring and out over the 40-yard line and gets a first down. Big hit by number 2, Lincoln Botel, but Dannenbring takes the ball past the yard marker and 1st and 10. Holt nearly got back there for a sack, but Dannenbring able to step up quickly in the pocket and able to rush for the first down. 5.5 left in the game. Roosevelt still holding on to the 2-point lead. Michael Paulson up to the top of the screen by himself. Trips. Now they'll send Feldkamp in motion. Feldkamp will take off to the outside. Deep over the middle. Right behind the linebackers to number 19, Caden Jordan. So this time they use Feldkamp as a decoy. The Tigers paying a lot of attention to Feldkamp on the outside, and the linebackers just too far underneath that pass. So a good touch pass by Dannenbring and a good catch for number 19, Clayton Jordan. So the big pass play sets up Roosevelt 1st down and 10 inside Tiger territory. They'll have the ball at the 32-yard line. Turry alongside Dannenbring in the backfield. He'll turn and hand it. Caught right away by number 44, Aiden Viox. So Dannenbring hands the ball off to Turry, but Viox is right there. Short gain on the play, 2nd and long 9 for Roosevelt. Nearing 4 minutes left in the game here for the Rough Riders. They do have 20 seconds left on the play clock and are content to let this run down before they snap the football. Dannenbring is set, back to pass, surveys the field, pressure by Viox, and throws the ball out of bounds. Good pressure by number 44, Aiden Viox, forces Dannenbring to just throw the ball away, and great coverage downfield by Botel and number 26, Cayman Hudson. So a 3rd and long again. Tigers had this very same setup last series. Dannenbring was able to step up in the pocket and rush for the first down. A benefit for the Tigers, throwing the ball out of bounds did stop the clock with 3:50 left. Roosevelt will step up to the line of scrimmage. A little bit of confusion for the Tigers. And the ball is incomplete. Looked like number 19, Caden Jordan, was the intended receiver, but has a lower leg injury. Jordan was not able to come out of his break cleanly. Hopefully just a cramp, but it looks like he is in quite a bit of pain down at the 30-yard line. Trainer's looking at his lower left leg, it looks like. Caden Jordan, one of the wide receivers for the Rough Riders, came out of his break kind of funny and ended up falling down, but looks like he's able to come off the field under his own power. That incomplete pass will make it 4th and 9 for the Riders. Ball is set for play. 25-second clock is running. Dannenbring will come back to the center of the field. He'll have Joe Turry to his left. They'll send Tyler Feldkamp back in motion Last time they sent him in motion, they dropped to the middle of the field. A deep ball to Paulson, but well overthrown and out of bounds. So the Tigers make a stand as Dannenbring went deep for the touchdown to number 2, Michael Paulson. So the Tigers have the ball with 3:39 left. A chance to drive for the win or tie, with the win, with a field goal or a touchdown. The Tigers will take over just outside their own 30-yard line, down 21-23 to the Riders. The Tigers will start with trips to the top. Christensen, Rowert, and Rollinger. And number 87, Blake Hansen, down to the bottom. Tigan with the throw. Rollinger catches the ball right at the sticks and is brought down. The Riders were able to strip the ball, but he's being called down. Don't know if it was forward progress or was on the ground, but either way it will be Tigers ball, 2nd and 1. Very close to a turnover there. Tigers will move the trips down to the bottom of the screen. Ball is broken up by number 4, Joey Hughes. A good trade on the pick play from the Tigers. Tigers ran the route very well, but the corner able to come off Christensen and break up the pass to Rollinger before he's able to catch it. Don't know if that was the defensive call or if number 4, Joey Hughes, ended up in the right place at the right time, but if they traded that route off, that was very well defensed by the Riders. Number 4, Knuth, attempting to get it to Aiden Viox, but the ball is knocked down by number 21, Nathan Moon. So the Tigers have a big decision here with 4th and short with less than 3 minutes left in the game. Knuth comes to the huddle to let the Tigers know what the play will be. Roosevelt will stack the middle of the field. And Knuth has plenty of ball over near the 45-yard line. So a good push by Ethan Headley at center and guards Jim Nebelsack and Buchanan. That's twice now Tigers have used the quarterback sneak and have gotten a great push by the interior of their line. Tigers will bring the receivers back into the game. Knuth drops back. A lot of pressure deep for Christensen. Christensen up and couple chances to catch the ball. Good concentration by Christensen, but I think it was broken up by Joey Hughes. Christensen had his hands on it twice, but is incomplete. Tigers will bring in Aiden Viox, number 44, and check Rollinger out of the game, so going with a little heavier package for this 2nd and long. Viox will be in the backfield for protection or possibly to swing out of the backfield as he's done a few times out of this bunch set. Knuth back. Looking for Anders Clayton, but had to throw the ball well before he wanted to. Good pressure by number 1, Tucker Wolf from the Riders. Wolf came off the right side of the Tigers' offensive line and forced Knuth to throw the ball well before he intended to. Anders Clayton looked like he might have a good play on his hand, but again, the ball was thrown early because of the pressure. Tigers will bring Rollinger back into the game and put Viox on the sideline. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Big 3rd and long for the Tigers. Pressure again from Roosevelt off the right side. Knuth tries to throw it into number 10, Jai Rowert, but is incomplete. Probably just more of a throwaway from Knuth. Probably a good play. Trying to stick that into that tight of coverage could have been the turnover that would have ended the game for the Tigers. Live to run another play. Coach White will talk with the Tigers on 4th down. Been a very entertaining game and a well-played game by both sides. Again, the difference in our score here, both teams have scored 3 touchdowns. The difference, a special teams play by the Rough Riders. Number 8, Aaron Kusler, able to come put pressure on a Tiger punt in the 3rd quarter, blocks the Tiger kick, and it rolls out the back of the end zone for a safety. That is the only difference on the scoreboard tonight. To set the stage here, we have 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Riders are leading 23-21. The Tigers have 2 timeouts left, as do the Riders. Harrisburg will have the ball 4th and 10, just in front of the 45-yard line on their side of the field. We'll see what the Tigers come out of the huddle with. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Looks like Christensen, Rowert, and Rollinger to the bottom. Blake Hansen to the top. Shotgun snap and a lot of pressure. Deep ball to Rowert, and it is too far by Knuth. Rowert again had 3 or 4 steps, but a lot of pressure put on Knuth. He made the right read, found the open man, had to throw it probably sooner than he wanted to. A lot of pressure put on by the Rough Riders. The Tigers do have 2 timeouts, so Roosevelt will not be able to run this clock out with kneeling. So Dannenbring brings the offense back onto the field. 1st and 10 at the Tiger 44. More than likely see a lot of running from Joe Turry here to try to run out the clock, or a high percentage pass. Feldkamp in motion, gets the jet sweep. Feldkamp finds a hole on the side, is able to spin around Rayburn. Feldkamp showing some of that speed and quickness on the field, is able to take it around the left side. The Tigers take their first timeout, their second timeout, 1 left. The referees will reset the clock to 1:57 as Coach Brandon White took a timeout. Just under 2 minutes left. This will be a big stop for the Tigers, as a first down will almost seal it for the Riders. They'll be able to kneel out the clock. Harrisburg down to 1 timeout, so as long as the Riders don't have an incomplete pass or go out of bounds, the Tigers will only be able to stop the clock 1 more time. The Riders will come out with 2 receivers set to each side. Turry in the backfield. They'll send him in motion again. Fake jet this time, and kept by Dannenbring. Almost broke it, and looks like he has enough for the first down. So this time they fake the jet to Tyler Feldkamp. The Tigers may have stretched to the outside to make sure he didn't get a big run again. Dannenbring is able to keep the ball and run up the middle. Coach White choosing not to use his timeout here. Looks like the Riders will line up in victory formation with Feldkamp deep. Dannenbring snaps the ball and does kneel on it. And the Tigers will use their last timeout. So Harrisburg does take their final timeout of the game. Got 1:13 left on the clock. 25-second clock resets each time. So with second down, they'll be able to snap the ball on 2nd and 3rd and run at least 50 seconds off the clock, plus whatever they can run on that play. Some of that also depends on how quickly the referees reset the ball for the next play. This crew has done a nice job of getting it done quickly, as Roosevelt did use that in their tempo offense to get back to the line of scrimmage very quickly and snap some balls, keeping the Tigers off balance a little bit on their offensive end. Roosevelt once again in their victory formation, and Dannenbring will kneel on the ball, see how quickly it can be reset. Ball's at the 35. Ready for play with 20 seconds left on the clock, 48 on the game clock. It is third down for Roosevelt. Dannenbring will kneel on it one more time. And that will be the end of the ball game, as there's 26 seconds left. So Roosevelt does knock off the undefeated Harrisburg Tigers, but a great game by both teams tonight. Exactly what we were hoping for here between two of the top teams in Class 11 AAA. Again, the difference tonight, a block punt that goes out the back of the end zone by the Rough Riders to wrap up your scoring. The Rough Riders started the evening with Joe Turry on a 6-yard run. The Tigers answered back with Andrews Clayton on a 3-yard scamper. Right after the Tigers scored, Roosevelt able to turn around a 72-yard touchdown pass from Michael Paulson from Dannenbring. The Tigers do answer back with Jack Tigan to Jai Rowert on a 34-yard touchdown. The Tigers came out and went 3-and-out on their first series, and Roosevelt was able to hit Tyler Feldkamp on a long pass in the corner of the end zone to go up 21-14. We then had the block punt by Kusler to put them up 23-14, and the Tigers answered with a great pass from Knuth to Jai Rowert to end our game at 23-21. So the Tigers suffer their first loss of the season to go 4-1. Roosevelt will also move up to 4-1. We'll see if we can get some game-ending stats here for you after the break.
Mama's Enchiladas features homemade enchiladas. They're my mom's recipe. Homemade salsa, homemade guac. We make fresh every day. Well, that's a great feeling when you can make someone happy just behind food.
If it's what you live for, it's what we're here for. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
We are back at Howard Wood Field, where the game has just ended with the Roosevelt Rough Riders taking the victory 23-21 over the Harrisburg Tigers. Again, that will move the Tigers to 4-1. Will also move the Rough Riders to 4-1. So we'll have some shuffling here, probably in the standings for who is where. For next week, the Tigers will be at home for their homecoming game against the Watertown Arrows. Watertown is currently 1-3 and will be playing tonight. Watertown is currently playing Brandon Valley at Brandon Valley. The Rough Riders will be at Aberdeen to play Aberdeen Central next Friday. Still waiting on a few stats. If we're able to get those, we'll share them with you. If not, we will just sign off here. Couple other bits of information for the Tigers. Again, they came into this game ranked third in some polls. fourth in some other polls. The Riders were number 2 behind Brandon Valley. As we mentioned, Brandon Valley is currently playing against Watertown. Other games that will happen tonight, Aberdeen Central is playing Sioux Falls Lincoln in Aberdeen. All these games started at 7 o'clock. O'Gorman is playing Rapid City Central at home tonight. Again, that was a 6 o'clock start. We will sign off here from Howard Wood Field after a great game by both teams. Glad to see that all the young men who were injured tonight did end up getting up and hopefully will recover to play again next week. We thank the Harrisburg Tigers and the Roosevelt Rough Riders for a very entertaining game here at Howard Wood Field, and good luck to both teams as they run down the playoff stretch.